everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jenny and I'm here today to bring you my January TBR. First things first, I just wanted to fully disclose that you may hear in my voice that I have been sick, and like the thousands of other people in the world right now, I got COVID for Christmas. So I don't usually talk about health stuff here. But my family and I did get ill over the Christmas holidays with COVID, and we were very fortunate that we were vaccinated to the highest degree that we were able to be, and we are all recovering very well from it. And I just wanted to say that I know I don't usually share this type of thing here, but I think it's important right now with everything going on in the world that we normalize getting COVID and normalize how we feel after we've had it, because we need to remove a lot of the stigma around it and a lot of the, there's just so much stress and strife around it that I wanted to just be clear with you. It hasn't been, it has been mild, as they were saying with the Omicron variant, but I think mild is relative, and each member of my family had it to a different degree, and we've all kind of gotten to a place now where we're recovering well. But I hope that if you are part of those thousands who had it over the holidays as well, that you are recovering, and yeah, hang in there, everybody. Okay, so one of the goals that I'm setting out for myself this year in my TBRs is to create 4 seasonal TBRs that I will read from, celebrating each season. And so for January, I'm going to be celebrating winter. And so the books that I chose to read this month, with the exception of one title, all have either the season winter or the word snow in the title. These are all books that have been on my TBR for quite a while, and I wanted to theme them together, even though they are very different styles. So there's nonfiction, there is a thriller, I believe, there is a fairy tale retelling, 2 fairy tale retellings, and one is historical fiction. So there's kind of quite a range, but I thought that would be fun. That would kind of help me to not get bored or whatnot with the TBR. So I've already started The Snow Child, a novel by Eowyn Ivey. And this is a book from my shelf. Each month also, this year, I'm going to be reading a book from my own shelves to try to whittle that down a little bit. And this is a retelling of the folk tale, I believe, The Snow Child, where a barren couple create a child from snow. And that's all I'm going to say about it. In terms of the plot, it is set in Alaska, and in the time of settler times. So I would say, I think it's early 20th century, pre-World War I at this stage. I think that's when it's set in. And yeah. So that is the first one, The Snow Child. The next one is Moon of the Crusted Snow by Waubgeshig Rice. And this is a Canadian Indigenous author, and I believe it's set in Northern Ontario. And it is a thriller, I believe, around the disappearance of someone from the village. Russian Winter by Daphne Kalotay is the historical fiction one, and I believe this covers, I I actually don't know when this covers. I think there's a ballerina in it, and I don't know that much more about it than that. It's been on my TBR for a really long time, and I'm very curious to see if I'm gonna like it or not. The nonfiction book on my TBR for this month is Wintering: The Power of Rest and Retreat in Difficult Times by Katherine May. I think this is probably the newest addition to my TBR. I saw this probably 6 months ago and just thought that it sounded like something that fit with the times very well to be reading right now. And yeah, I'm excited to kind of learn more about the power of rest, which I've always been a great proponent for, but it's always good to have some data to back up your hunches in this world. So those are all. Oh, and then the other book that goes with the theme is Boy Snowbird by Helen Oyeyemi, and this is, I believe, a retelling of Snow White. So again, this book has been on my TBR for a very, very long time, so I'm excited to see if I get along with it. The other book that is not relating to my winter TBR is the audio selection for this month, and that will be The Year of the Monkey by Patti Smith. So this is her second memoir. The first one, Just Kids, I listened to a few years ago, and I listened to her narrating it, and I loved that so much. And so when I saw that the second one was now available on audio, I was like, yes, I must listen to it, because I really admire her as a person, and I'm very curious to see, you know, what next part of her life she puts in a memoir for us to learn about. And then the other thing I wanted to just let you know is that A Moment's Liberty, the shorter diary, Virginia Woolf's shorter diary, is also still on my TBR. This is how far I am. So I'm just getting to halfway in this, and I started reading this early in 2021. And I didn't push hard on this. I read it when I feel like reading it. I read, you know, a few passages. Each year is summarized before you start reading the passages from that year, and I really like that format. I think it just gives a little bit of background information about what's going on and in their lives, and just summarizes some of the context for the passages of the diary that you're going to be reading. So I'm going to continue this. I think I'll definitely finish this in 2022. I just didn't want to read it all in one shot. I didn't want to push on it. It's my slow read. It's and I kind of like having these big slow reads. I think this might be something that I do. Once I finish this one, I'll pick up something else that's kind of in this same vein, that's a big book, but you can read it in smaller sittings and it's not going to affect your experience of it. And it just helps to like take it in small snippets. And yeah, I really enjoyed the experience of reading it during 2021, and I'm going to continue to enjoy it in 2022. Those are the books I am going to be reading in January and beyond for 2022. And I thank you so much for joining me today to hear my TBR. And please let me know if you want to recommend any books with winter or snow in the title that I didn't mention here today. And I will be back again soon with another video.